Pokemon Go Fest 2024 is coming out this summer. But what are going to be some of the raid bosses that may enter raid battles during this time? Because we have not seen these Pokemon been released yet. As of right now, we have only seen the spawns. So let's start some speculation, and I want to know what you guys think as well. So welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. Starting off this video, let's talk about some Mega Pokemon. Alright guys, so there are some Mega Pokemon that have not made their debut in Pokemon Go yet. Which means maybe there's a potential some of them could be released in Go Fest. More than likely, some of them does not mean more than one or multiple of them. It more than likely will probably mean one of them. Okay, so some of the top ones that we are still anticipating to come into the game from my perspective, I'm going to start with maybe some of the least desirable and then work towards some of the more desirable Pokemon. One of them that I think could be making their way into the game is Mega Audino. The reason being is that Audino has been recently placed in nests in Pokemon Go, meaning that it is a nesting Pokemon and it does have Stardust, which is a very big yield when going after it. So if you guys can find an Audino nest, that would be very helpful for your Stardust gains. However, this Pokemon, while it is pretty cool and it has been kind of in a couple of the other events more recently for the live events, including Go Fest and other things like that, do I think it's going to for sure be in the game? I don't know, but I do think it does have a possibility, which would actually kind of be a letdown because Pokemon Go Fest is one of those events that is super fun. It's enjoyable. I can't wait to do it, and to see an Audino as the Mega release would be a little bit disappointing. There's also the Mega Sharpedo and Mega Camerupt that have also not been added into the game yet. However, both of those Pokemon have already got covered typings, and neither of them are incredibly strong that would change the game's meta that much. However, there are a couple Mega Pokemon in here that I think would be extremely cool to see their debut happen at Pokemon Go Fest. One of those Pokemon being Mega Metagross, Mega Heracross, Mega Lucario. So those three Pokemon would be extremely valuable and fun to enter into the game. Not only would they drive a strong desire, but it would be a very fun aspect to be able to see some more Mega Pokemon making their way into the game, especially some of these stronger Pokemon. The reason why I am gonna suggest that maybe the Mega Lucario is because it would be cool if last year was the first time really that they put Lucario spawning in the wild in the game, and that was for Go Fest. And then in this year, if they were to put the Mega Lucario in it, that would kind of be a nice transition and a follow-up to that Pokemon spawning in the wild during that event. Let me know if you guys think that is plausible. As far as the Mega Metagross, that one does have Beldum. That previously did have a community day, so honestly, I think it would also be cool to see Mega Metagross make its debut with a Beldum Calm Day Classic, as well as maybe another Steel type event going on, and then boom, you tie it all together and you release that Mega Metagross. I can't wait to see that Pokemon make its way into the game. That one is a Psychic and a Steel type. Obviously, we do have a couple other Megas in there, such as Mega Mawile, but I'm not really going to cover too many of those as well. As far as the Heracross, the other reason I threw that one in there is because Heracross has also made its debut at different events, including Go Fest. So Heracross would be an absolutely fantastic Pokemon to see make its Mega debut, especially since I was able to get a couple shinies, which was very, very valuable to me. So the last Pokemon that we have to talk about and cover, especially in the Mega category, something that everybody asks about, everybody desires, that is going to include Mega Mewtwo. Where in the world is Mega Mewtwo in the game? Well, we actually don't know. I don't know when they're going to release that one, to be quite honest with you guys, because that Pokemon could pretty much break the entire game. Not only is it an extremely powerful Pokemon, if not the strongest Pokemon in the game as of right now, but also this Pokemon has multiple movesets in multiple different categories that will then make Mega Mewtwo pretty much one of the strongest attackers for meta raid bosses in the game, period. So it's going to have Psychic, it's going to have Ghost for Shadow Ball, it will have Thunderbolt for Electric, it's going to have Flamethrower for Fire, it will have Ice Beam for Ice, it will have Hyper Beam for Normal, it also has Focus Blast for Fighting. Man, this Pokemon's typings go on, and it is an incredibly strong Pokemon, which is why I totally believe that they're saving this Pokemon for something extremely special, and I don't anticipate that a Go Fest 2024 is going to be the place to release. Maybe the 10-year anniversary of the game, or the other aspect of that is that they're saving it in their back pocket in case something happens where it's like, ugh, guys, we really need a bump to the game. It's like, all right, it's time for Mega Mewtwo. And that would really draw an absolute ton of people into the game and a ton of people back into the game to start playing. And only would I suggest Niantic do that if they have really refined their gameplay, their features, and their interactability, like I do talk about. If you want to see that video, check it out up here, where we talk about having some type of feedback where you can earn something in the game beyond just having RNG, catching releasing Pokemon, something where you can level up your Pokemon if you get it to best buddies and add a stat point to one of your Pokemon. That really is missing in the game, and I think that's something that kind of bores some people and deters them from continually playing this game, because there's nothing that really you can level up. Yeah, you can GBL, but if you don't like GBL, you can't just like play and hunt and collect shinies and then also just level up a Pokemon from playing in that regard. So those are going to be some of the mega Pokemon that I could anticipate. But now let's change into the raid Pokemon, and one of those top Pokemon that a lot of people are hoping was going to come out in the Sinnoh Tour, which kind of made me think that maybe they're saving this for GoFest this year, could be the Arceus or Arceus, whichever one that you pronounce it as. This Pokemon is definitely due to come into the game. While it does have many different typings, I can see why it might be a little challenging to introduce or try to find the best way to introduce this Pokemon in the right manner. So that is something that is a challenge. But just a reminder, guys, that Mega Rayquaza did make its way into GoFest last year, so having something powerful come into raid bosses as an unveil this year may make sense as well. But how much more can you top Mega Rayquaza then with Mega Mewtwo? There's really not that much more that you can top, and it is one of the top 3 strongest Pokemon in the game. However, now let's talk about a couple other Pokemon that could make their way into the game here. I would say Black and White Kyurem have a potential to come into the game. How high and likely? Less likely than Arceus, but at the same time, these Pokemon, I feel like they're long overdue to get into the game. We do have the Origin form Dialga, Palkia that now accompanies the Origin form Giratina, which came out so incredibly long ago, but it is in the game now, so that trio is complete. So seeing something like that come out is possible. But for GoFest this year, recycling Pokemon again in raid bosses like the Reggies or the Cresselia or Darkrai, like that just can't be done once again. Well, yeah, they can populate the raids. Having these Pokemon just doesn't really make too much sense. However, there is one more thing that I think could make its way into an event in the future, is if they start releasing Gigantamax. The reason being is it would be a new feature, it would have a lot of buzz behind it, and it could be something that would really start making some buzz back into Pokemon Go, drawing players back and having some increased engagement. So adding some type of new thing into the game would be pretty cool. Do I think they should probably finish out the Megas before they add this? Yeah, but at the same time, adding multiple things here as well may not happen. So we'll see what exactly happens in the game. Those are some of my top Pokemon that I could see coming into the game. I'm gonna give you guys one last one that I might anticipate, not the most likely, but would be a Zen Mode Darmanitan. I would love to see that Zen mode come into the game. Very, very strong Pokemon. And we also have Calyrex as well that could make its way into the game. So there's multiple different things that could happen. I'm more leaning towards a Mega Lucario and maybe a Arceus as far as raid boss and Mega combination, which I would be extremely psyched about that. I've been waiting for that Mega Lucario for so long, and with that pair of Aura Sphere, which was a newer moveset on that Pokemon, it's been around for a little bit, makes it extremely strong and one of the top fighters, if not the top fighter in the game. So that's where we have it, guys, as of right now. Let me know what you guys think could be coming for GoFest raids in 2024 and which of the events you plan to attend. So thank you guys for being here as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes your support, subscription, and participation to X level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.